Chris Harris joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Thanks for coming on. There's been a lot of comments about you guys wanting the petulant Cam to come out during the game. Was that part of your game plan going in, Chris?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That was the game plan. Do whatever we can to rattle him, make him uncomfortable throwing, and we were able to do that.
What made you think that he could be rattled?
We played him in 2012. People, I don't think they really went dissected and studied the game and how we would try to attack them. But in 2012, we did the same thing, and it was kind of a repeat of what happened then.
So what was he like on the field in 2012 when it was going down?
I mean, we had him rattled. I mean, he was getting sacked a lot. We were keeping guys on him. We was having very tight coverage, able to get interceptions again. And it's crazy because, I mean, kind of the same thing happened.
Yeah, well, it did. But does he talk to his – I mean, how do you know that you're getting to him, I guess is my last question on this line of thinking here, Chris. How do you know that you're –
body language. I mean, you can see his body language, and it's not the same. He's not doing what he usually does, celebrating and doing all what he does after the plays, and that's how you can tell.
And at what point did you know your role in his post-game press conference, Chris?
I didn't know until afterwards.
Yeah, and so, I mean, what did somebody tell you about it?
I mean, I didn't know until the next morning. I did an interview on ESPN. So
right. So
I just woke up the next day, and they said that he could hear me behind him. But, I mean, I didn't know at the time. I thought we were just in one room.
So could you hear any Panthers players when you were up on your podium?
No, I couldn't.
No. Okay. So maybe you're a loud talker. Do you think that's what it is, Chris? That your voice carries?
I mean, I was just talking in the mic. I thought I was just doing a normal interview.
Right.
I had tons of media in my area.
Yeah.
People can't really see. They only show his side, but they don't show how much media I had on my side. And I was just doing a normal interview.
Yeah. And then we could hear you playing his day. And the game plan was to make him throw. Why was that the game plan, Chris Harris?
Because we feel like we have the cornerbacks to be able to do that, to be able to challenge the receivers, challenge every throw. And also, it gives us opportunity to attack the quarterback up front with the D-line for Von and them to just let loose. And that's what we need to do.
Chris Harris joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. Your teammate Emmanuel Sanders was on before, talking about what Peyton said before the game on Saturday night and how moving that was. DeMarcus Ware also spoke, I believe. What was the message from your side of the ball's leader, Chris?
No, it was our time, man. It was just we were destined for this opportunity. That was his main thing, that we were destined, and we all believed it. We felt like practice all week was very special. Everybody was locked in on the game plan. And the thing about it was, it wasn't a very difficult game plan. It was very simple. We knew we had to stop the run, and we're just going to play man like we always do.
And did Carolina do anything new that you saw out there?
No, I didn't.
Huh. It's just
they ran a lot of the same plays we have been studying, and we're very elite defense when it comes to preparing each game, and you got to throw a lot of new wrinkles out there for us to be able to fool us.
So you sort of knew when the play was called and the routes are being run what was coming.
You know, I mean, you didn't really know, but you had you kind of knew the concept, so you kind of understood that off splits and things like that, what you were going to get, and we're able to read those, and it really helped me out, and definitely in my coverage, me only giving up 10 yards.
Chris Harris, Jr., joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. What about the turf? So much is being made about that turf. What can you tell me about that, playing out there?
Oh, man, it was bad. It was very bad. I think I slipped like the second play of the game, and I'm slipping all through warm-ups, and receivers are slipping all through warm-ups. And so, I mean, I guess it was just so low and it seemed wet.
And so the parade yesterday, well, where were you? What fire truck were you on, Chris?
Yeah. I was on fire truck 3. I was with all the no-fly zone, all the DBs they put us all on the same truck with Coach Wade and Joe Woods,
Oh,
our coaches.
and so, what's it like being an undrafted player now reaching the mountaintop with 1 million people around you? Chris, what was that like?
Oh, man, it's been a long road, and me and Vaughn, pretty much, we're kind of like the foundation of Elway, and coming here and the last 5 years really taught us a lot of things, and I think it prepared us to get to this point. And, I mean, that's when you win a Super Bowl, you kind of reflect or you look back on the journey and look how long it took us to get to this level, and makes it even more special.
And so what did you think of the criticism that's come Cam's way of how he operated the press conference and the podium right beside yours, Chris?
Oh, yeah. I said I would definitely been mad. I mean, if he was listening to me behind him, I mean, it would definitely make you mad and want to leave. So I didn't like the setup. I think the setup should have been different, and I think that would have probably helped him out in his interview.
What would you have done?
If I was him?
No, yeah. I mean, no, what would you have done? You said help him out. What would you have done?
I said that would have helped him out on the interview,
yeah.
Not having me behind him and
I
having
see.
him where he has to listen to me and listen to reporters and things like that. If it was just a room with just him, I think he would have had a better interview.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, Chris, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it. Congratulations to you. If you're ever here in L.A., I'd love to have you in my studio. We'll chat then.
Oh, yeah, man. No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course. At Chris Harris Jr. on Twitter here on The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.